Tonight starts off with an absolute banger of a matchup. Swordfish Academy, X35 Carbon. What a best of 5 we have coming up. A match that could determine very likely who will have a chance at the #1 seed as the regular season nears to a close. And joining me here is the lovely, the only, welcome again, Panda. Man, but it hasn't been that long since we've been in this booth together. And, well, I know you wanted to join back. And, well, you joined back pretty soon. For an amazing series as well, Swordfish Academy. On X35 Carbon. There's a lot of kind of playoff situations relying on this series.
Absolutely. Like you were explaining to me before the stream started, there's a lot going into this. You know, like you were saying, it's going to be for playoff seeding because if I recall, you were saying that this is the second to last week of normal play before we get into the playoffs. So if, you're that team that is, both of these teams 5-1, you really want to get that #1 seed for your group and also going into the playoffs because that means maybe an easier team or a higher chance of, making it further into that playoff bracket.
Yeah, exactly. As I would say as well, again, these teams exactly tied in that ranking. Second seed currently given to Swordfish Academy, but both these teams 5-1 at a +8 game differential. The only team that's up there fighting with them for that #1 seed is ODU Monarchs Silver. So, I mean, I actually might as well even pull up the bracket on stream if I have the chance to do so because it is just that close. I mean, there's not much separating these teams other than the fact that, well, they get to play against each other for a lot of these matches at the end of the season. So, we're going to take a look at this bracket. I rarely ever do this, but here's what it looks like. Again, you see Monarchs at the top, 6-1. We actually saw them on the stream earlier this week when they played against Game 0-3-0, sweeping them. Next week, they're feeling pretty confident. They have to take on Carbon, being on Academy tonight. That'll be quite the matchup as, again, Carbon and Academy. You see that second and third seed is Lumini Sommers with a follow. Thank you for the raid, Lumini Sommers. Win, good luck in your matchup. We might be seeing her play tonight. But for now, again, Swordfish Academy, their last match of the season will be against Marker, a team that they are expected to beat as that team is 2-4. So, really, this match, really it feels like whoever wins this match will play next week for potential at that top seed, especially if ODU Monarchs Silver lose to Carbon.
Absolutely. I think, I think these next two games or these next 2 weeks for both of these teams, no matter which way it goes, I think that it's going to be very, very close. Like we saw in week number 6 when Swordfish Academy took on Monarchs, that went to a game 5. So I think even no matter who wins or loses, I think these 3 teams are definitely going to be head and head with each other. I don't anticipate any clear 3-0 sweeps, definitely not any clean sweeps. I don't even know if that's happened in Skyward before between any team really. So I think these are gonna all be really close games, or even if we do see a 3-1 or a 3-0, then I think it's going to be like 1 goal differentials or just by an overtime. Like there's not going to be, like a 5-1, 4-2, 3-1 type of situation.
No, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be one-sided. It's not going to be, even for ODU. Actually, that loss they had to Swordfish Academy, it's one that kind of has an asterisk next to it for a lot of people because ODU Monarchs, it's a college team, actually, and they have a college setup, but they can't play in their college setup because their college is out for the winter break. So, unfortunately for them, they have to play at home, which means Flip-Out has to play on a trashy computer. His computer is notorious for being terrible, and he's one of the co-owners, which is a ongoing joke that people have to make fun of, is that he owns this league, and yet somehow he has one of the worst computers imaginable. One of his teammates is a console player who plays better on PC. So, for them, they had to play on those kind of, they had to play like that against Swordfish Academy. They went to game 5. It was apparently a 1 goal differential in that final game. It was incredibly close. Academy, again, they're going to take that win, but ODU Monarchs, again, clearly considered the top team in this league. One of these 2 teams will be able to compete with them next week. Again, Carbon directly, Swordfish Academy, if they can win here, potentially next week, they could potentially usurp ODU Monarchs if they lose, and that's not out of the realm of possibility with how aggressive Carbon is. This, Carbon team is really aggressive. I mean, they love offense. They love to play it, and for Swordfish Academy, they need to handle it well because this is an offense that's going to rival how Monarchs played against them.
Absolutely. And, when I last casted with you for the Ascend Cup finals, grand finals, I think we did the finals and the grand finals together, there were a lot of offensive teams and there were a lot of like who could have the better offense. I think one of the times where it was an offensive team versus a defensive team, it really came down to if that defense could handle the offense and maybe turn that into a counterattack. Now it was a little bit on the lower skill side, so it was like, such a heavy barrage of offense caused a lot of mistakes on the defense. But seeing this higher level of play going into this match, definitely the defense should be able to handle an onslaught of offensive attacks, obviously depending on their potency.
As Bromank in chat saying if they win the All-Star division, that I'll hit the gritty on stream. Sure, Bromank, why not? Bromank actually is one of the oldest players in this league, not by age, but by like how long he's been here. He's been here, I think, since the very beginning. So and he's had issues with getting to the playoffs every single season. He's not been able to really do it. This feels like really the first time that he's had he's been on a team that has been able to be successful all throughout the season. Last season against on Bebop, people said that's the team to be scared of, and yet by the end of the season they kind of fell apart. This season it's been a little different. They've done a lot better. They've really not looked back, and even though again they've suffered only one loss this season, and that was a loss in I believe game 4 to Phantom Troop, who are actually a team that's currently struggling to even make the playoffs. That's really it. That's all they've had to lose to for Carbon. Their one loss comes to Swordfish Academy. That was only, I believe, a week or so ago. Where was it? It was back. It actually was near the start of the season. Where is it? Did not play it. No, it wasn't Carbon losing to Swordfish. Who did they lose to, actually? They lost to FFE Akuma at the start of the season, actually, a team that's also familiar. So again, these teams have that slight inconsistency, but so far this season, they've been dominant for all these players. That's a huge deal for them.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And, it is very interesting to see how 135 Carbon is 5-1 right now, and they are like looking completely dominant throughout this season. But the only time that they lost to a team was a sweep against FFE Akuma. And, you gotta wonder, maybe was that off day for 135 Carbon, or does Akuma really have that in them to be that better, be that great and dominant team that could rival even some of the top group leaders?
Well, I will say one thing about Akuma is, I mean, from my experience, I have seen Akuma play before, and they are a very aggressive team, but they're really just good at sticking close to other teams. They don't generally have series that get away from them. One way or the other. They keep things close. So, yeah, wins like that, even surprising wins like that, do happen, and that's, again, the reason why these teams are not undefeated 6-0 right now and leading the group. No, this is why they're 5-1 and fighting to catch up to ODU Monarchs, who right now has been nearly untouchable, but, again, that match against Carbon next week, I'm almost certain that match is going to be on my stream, knowing how Monarchs and Carbon like to book me for stuff like that. So, good chance I'll have that match next week, and, again, that match will determine the #1 seed, and for Carbon, if they can win here, it's all in their hands. It's really all in their hands, whether or not, they can make that #1 seed or not. Because again, it comes down to how they play, and that match should be very close.
I completely agree. I think the rest of these matches are honestly, across multiple groups are going to be close, and also it's going to be interesting to see how whichever team makes it to that not second seed, the second highest team in each of these groups. I'm interested to see how they handle the wild card, because sometimes teams, if they don't make it straight into the main event, then they have a tendency to kind of just fall apart in wild card or against those other wild card teams, because they're like, oh, this is the wild card, and they take it a little too, laid back. And these other wildcard teams, maybe teams who barely made it or who somewhat comfortably made it, are a lot more hungry and a lot more eager to get that win into that main event and continue their run through the playoffs.
Well, right now I am showing you guys our schedule. We're gonna have 2 other matches later tonight. We are just waiting for everybody to join the lobby here. Our next match will be Savannah Bananas taking on FFE Asylum, and then after that, New Age Ravens versus New Age Bandits. Some 2v2 matchups. As chat's saying, Panda, you need to hit a gritty if Swordfish Academy win here. I don't. You don't have to, by the way. Chat is
no promises.
No promises. I was gonna say
I've never done it before.
I haven't either. Are you in the lobby, Panda?
Yeah.
Right. Let's get this going, everybody. Series is ready. Sorry about that long delay, but I think it was worth it to really build a suspension. The top three teams all fighting for the number 1 spot. The 2nd seed, the 3rd seed, the exact same record. To fight for that number 1 seed, it comes to this series here. This best of 5. Swordfish Academy on the blue, 100x35 Carbon on the orange. One series could determine your chance at auto-qualifying to the final bracket.
Absolutely, as 135 Carbon going to take that early offense with Zelly, almost going up for that double tap. I believe if he had more boost, then he would have been able to get that double, and that would have been a very strong start for Carbon. Now, on the other side, Swordfish, now the ones with all of the offensive pressure, ball floating close to the net. Lumity with the shot and the goal, going to be opening up the scoreline for Swordfish Academy.
And coming into this season, Lumity Summers, she was not on the original roster. She was not a player who started for them often. In fact, she was added mid-season. She was on a very unsuccessful Swordfish Express team last season, and it's a player that really, out of nowhere, has just shown that, yes, she knows what she can do, and she really has just made a statement for herself in this all-star division. As Bromac looking for another, he's got the dribble, he's making a name, but that one's kept up by chances. As Swordfish Academy right now, multiple weapons on offense, multiple trying to break through the defense of Carbon, and for Carbon, a team as aggressive as they are, their defense is being tested as Lumity, Bromac, Aiden are all fighting as here comes Chances, Demo, Scott, score, Carbon with an answer. So much is happening right now, but through the chaos, Carbon succeed.
Absolutely, that was a beautiful demo and a beautiful transition from defense to offense from Rando and Chances. Rando with the demo on that back line, and then Chances with that follow-up shot, being able to score it. That is definitely what you need if you're an offensive team, and what I was talking about, where if you have a lot of offense coming your way, you need to be able to take it on that defense and then transition it into a counterattack and very deadly counterattacks, and so far, Carbon are doing that beautifully.
As Bromac dunks by Chances, Carbon looking to make a response. This is a team that's known for their offense. You don't want to give them space upfield very easily, or else they'll do just that. Rando strikes through the defense. Chances with the assist.
Absolutely. It was beautiful coming out from Chances, a beautiful pass, beautiful shot coming out from Rando. If you're Swordfish Academy, you cannot be scrunched up together on that defense trying to make some sort of metaphorical wall, or if you're going to try to, you have to be able to defend better than that, as they are going to be in a 1-goal deficit now, but there is still much more than half the game remaining, and they can definitely come back, tie it up, or even take this game as it is only game 1.
It is only game 1, and with still 3 minutes to go, anything can happen, but here comes Carbon, a turnaround from the start of this game. They're not the ones sitting back any longer, but Academy, 3v1, Lumity, stopped by Zelly, back to the way. Aiden will race back, and Academy, one thing they have been good this season has been that defense, has been that rotation. Their offense may not be as, I think, strong, as a powerhouse as Carbon's is, but their defense definitely makes up for it. And the reason why they are probably more well-rounded here, but that is going to need to be changed around, because that offense right now up there is not being seen, not being shown as Carbon, suffocating them, not giving space. Now, this game continuing to tick down, time could become an issue for Academy if they don't pay attention.
Now Randy trying to take it off of his backline. Flip, reset, gets it around 1, but Bro is not going to take that. He's going to pass it down middle. Now Zelly trying to receive it. Lumity, low shot, just off the bar. And Chances now in the counterattack. Demo on 1, back to Rando. Rando trying to take it through the air. Maybe do a little bit of a fancy play. Gets it over Lumity. Aiden needs to make a goal line save. He is able to. Now Zelly trying to work it around the corner, but it goes nowhere. Over to Chances. Chances trying to move it around. Not able to get the flip. Still in the corner. And now Swordfish trying to break out. Trying to get a decent enough clear bump on Aiden, but no one from Carbon was there to receive it. And this is seeming to be a very back and forth game, which each team taking 30 to 45 seconds at a time just on that offense, trying to put on a few shots, then going on that defense, then back on offense. This is very organized gameplay so far.
Yeah, but it is Carbon right now who have been able to really hold the Swordfish Academy back, and the Swordfish esports side needs to find something soon. This game has turned from what was a good start now to a disastrous conclusion if they can't get out. Zelly looking in front. Aidenator will send it away. Aidenator. Slow with it, low boost as he'll get around Rando with that 50. Zelly trying to send it back. Aidenator can't get the stop. Now Zelly past 2, but Bromank will be waiting. And maybe Bromank can go to the air. He's got the dunk on chances. Rando, though, with a clear. Not very far, though, as Lumity challenging aggressively. Swordfish Academy starting to play more and more up the field. As a bad touch from Zelly. In front of the net. In comes Bromank, but it will be cleared away. Carbon almost saw their life flash before their eyes as now Lumity to the back line. Rando clears, Lumity gets it again. Lumity, still Lumity. Zelly off the back wall. Carbon want this one away. The slow play want to work in their favor. Swordfish side again. That time is taken away from them, but they don't feel all that nervous just yet. But they are trying to pick up that pace as Rando almost had that one. Almost sealed game 1.
And you gotta wonder on Swordfish Academy, they're trying to push so far up on that offense, trying to get that late goal that Carbon almost scored from it, as you saw, from a completely empty backline. Like, absolutely no one was there. And they didn't score off of it, but, you know, you're already up by 1 with so few seconds left, so you're completely fine, but the 0-second goal off the backboard doesn't go anywhere. Aidenator trying to push it, but he got too low of a touch, and Carbon are not going to keep that one up to take game number 1.
Bromank, no stranger to hysterics at points, but that play won't go for him. Yet another really strong performance, but the big difference I saw, Carbon really did. They proved to you what their offense is made of, why they are such a scary team in this league. Because this is how they've been doing things. Their offense has been this strong all season long, and really, I don't see anything really slowing them all that much if they continue what they're doing. As, again, the big question for Swordfish, you know, who's going to be able to allow to keep that midfield themselves? I thought for a lot of what Carbon did, Rando specifically stayed pretty far back. He did a lot to hold that midfield. Him and Zelly really kind of sat back, kept the midfield, so why Carbon was successful. Now in game 2, Swordfish Academy, who do they have that can provide that? Will it? I mean, I feel like my guess would be Lumity, but we don't know. His chances already off the kickoff. Oh, he's not even giving me time to talk here. 3 seconds down, and Carbon already leading by 1.
Yeah, it's beautiful coming out from chances, and like you were saying, there just needs to be a team that really takes out that midfield, as we saw, you know, in the Ascend Grand Finals. Whoever took that midfield really just took the entire game, because they controlled the field possession, they controlled the possession, they controlled the pace of the game, and could just flip it on its head from offense to defense. You also gotta watch out for your Swordfish Academy for Rando's clears, because he wouldn't just take it off the back line and then make one touch. You'd be able to follow it up, do a small little air dribble, maybe a flip reset, and then carry it all the way past to midfield, or even closer, as they're doing right now between Zelly and Rando. So if you're a Swordfish Academy, you gotta challenge early, and you gotta cut out those clears.
Yeah, you can't let Carbon's pace be something that's going to get the better of you, because this team, they want to play fast, but they do use a lot of boost for it. And that can mean you can catch them, as Bromank nearly skirted that one by. I'm, again, expect Bromank to be on a lot of these shots. He's generally known for being able to finish off a lot of these plays, and for Carbon, they've got a lot to do to keep him away from that net. As chances to the back wall. Lumity's awkward. Something is Aidenator here in Academy. All up in the air. This is a scary situation for them as Carbon. Hold control. Hold boost control. Hold the possession. Solo play from Rando won't find its way through, as the Academy defense just a bit too strong here, even for Rando's quality solo plays. As now looking for another one. He's got it. The fake. The high play. Lumity will get there. Aidenator will keep it out. And Swordfish Academy again survive on defense. Chances. Follow-up shot. Lumity there again. She makes another save. And Swordfish Academy, maybe some time to breathe.
I do definitely agree. Zelly now trying to bang it all the way back down. Lumity trying to meet him there. Aidenator gets dunked by Rando over to Bromank. Bromank is able to beat one. It's on the offense. but the shot is just over. Now Chance is trying to get a double touch, is able to do so. Now all the way back on the Swordfish side, a Nader trying to leave it for Lumity is able to do so, but Rando there in that midfield pass over to Zelly. Zelly pops it up, no boost with Rando, but passes it over to Chance, is just over the crossbar. Rando, 0 boost, gets it past 2 defenders.
RX-35 Carbon. This is what you've seen them do all day long. It starts from Rando, Chances stays upfield, and it's Rando who finishes. So many times I've mentioned, and you've mentioned, watch out for Rando. Watch out for how, he plays that midfield. Because right now, their offense is what's winning them this game and what could be the series. Plus, Academy can make adjustments.
A Nader now trying to move a little bit on defense, trying to clear that ball out. Rando on offense again, being that little pest, that little thorn in Swordfish's side. Chances trying to get past middle. Rando with the shot angle, almost gets it, but it's saved away. Bromake on the breakaway, but is not able to break in a goal. Now a Nader shot just wide past to Bromake. Bromake just wide. Lumi trying to follow it up, but it doesn't go anywhere. Now Zelly on the counter attack with Carbon, and we're just going all the way back to Swordfish's side.
Yeah, that chance for Swordfish, it doesn't get easier than that. That was an open net. Bromake does not miss those often. But you can tell the pace, the pressure of the series maybe got him a little bit there. Those are those plays he scores 99 times out of 100. But with the one time striking him here at the worst possible moment, does that make things tougher for him here as Aidnator can't let the clear. Lumity all the way back. She'll have to waste time here as her teammates get back. Zelly not giving in. Aidnator off the back line, and Swordfish Academy, again, that pressure really getting to them here. They've scored last game, but they haven't scored here. It's Aidnator fake. Lumity stopped by Zelly as Carbon, again, from their goal, were able to come out and shut down Academy in the midfield.
Chances dunk over one. That's an open net. Rando with 40 boosts is able to slot it. And what I am noticing with Rando that I think is just absolutely insane is we've been talking about how insane his midfield presence is and how insane he is on that offense. I've rarely, if at all, seen him go above 70 boosts. He's always either on 50 or lower and is still so insane on the offense. He just makes passes and shots out of nothing. He'll have 10 boosts, and he was able to pass it over to Zelly. Speaking of Zelly, almost slots that. But it is just insane seeing the boost conservation and effectiveness coming out of Rando.
It's Carbon, that's they've just done what they did last game. They've continued that offense, they've continued that pace, and Academy trying to keep up as Chances going for the dribble. Just needs to tuck it under. Chances with a double tap, and Carbon with their fourth.
Chances saying, okay, Rando, I know you can go, do goal after goal on offense, but let me have a goal of my own, and he does it beautifully. Just had to tug it in, like you said, and he was able to do so. Now 4-0 in favor of Carbon with under a minute left. If you are Swordfish Academy, you really got to figure out something because you are about to have to pull out a reverse sweep attempt, and it is not looking likely with how this Swordfish Academy team has been playing.
As Chances wants another one off the bar. It's Rando's. It's open. Rando, it's in.
Another goal.
Carbon at 5. And at this point, things have gotten from bad to worse for Academy. You said, Panda, that this would be a game determined by 1-goal differences. What about 5 goals?
Yeah, I'm not seeing that 1-goal difference. It's just, it has not been a close series so far.
Been one of those things where you really wonder what Swordfish Academy are thinking. What's going on in that brain of their in the brains there. They're on this field because this is one of those things that really hurts your mentality, and a lot of it just comes to the fact that they just couldn't get the pressure on offense. Zaynator, even there, he's getting stopped by Zelly. And Academy, at this point, Panda, it feels, they must be feeling a bit hopeless at this point, that nothing's worked in their favor. Carbon are just continuing to score at will. And really the big thing for Academy is, how do they hold the midfield? Because in this game, they had no chances.
Absolutely, Carbon going to take game number 2. Swordfish not even scoring a single goal. They were the goal opener in this series. Not a goal in the last, I think, 10 or 12 minutes of play so far. It's just mind-boggling. And even during that last offensive push from Swordfish, it was a 2-on-1 bump situation that last one back on Carbon got bumped, but Swordfish Academy player didn't actually shoot the ball. They just kept holding that ball as if there's no communication between any of those players, and they just can't connect on anything that any of their teammates are trying to do.
So what you're saying is the issue for Academy right now is that they just aren't taking their chances.
Absolutely, they're not taking their chances, and I don't think they're really they linking sometimes on the passes, and sometimes wanting to do like what they're intending to do, and it doesn't work out. But I just think overall they're not on the same page with each other.
We'll see if that communication fixes. Swordfish Academy after a quick break in for game 3 and for Carbon. Oh, they're on the route of potentially making a 3-0 sweep last game. Definitely suggests that possibility as for Swordfish Academy. Now need to compete with a Carbon team that is feeling the effects of their offense, feeling the comfortability that it does bring for them here. As Academy, how are they going to respond here? Again, their chances of being that, #1 overall seed coming out of this group. Reminder, #1 seed out of any group, out of this group will have an auto bid for that top 8 bracket. They'll skip the wild card entirely. Every team below them that goes down through the top, I believe it's the top 6 of any group, will automatically go to the wild card. So again, of these two teams, there's a good chance one or maybe even both of them will have to play in the wild card, and in that position, it is a very scary play bracket. You want that bye if you can get it, and well, for Carbon, if they can win this game, they'll be in a perfect position as they get to play a #1 team in Monarchs next week. Oh my goodness, Zelly scores.
That was very unexpected coming out from Zelly. I was like, okay, this is a little bit threatening. And after I saw that, it was a good pre-flipped attempt coming out from Lumity, but again, a little bit rushed. So as soon as I saw that little bit of a misflip, I knew that Zelly was going to slot that back in, and Carbon going to take the lead. But Swordfish Academy, they are doing better. I was going to say they're doing a lot better this game for only restricting it to 1 goal. Then as I'm talking, I see Rando, more than 50 boost, and he's going to absolutely slot that from midfield all day, every day, and Carbon go up by 2.
Yeah, Carbon, I mean, they've done it last game. They look like they're just going to do it again here because there's a team on a mission, on a plan. That offense of theirs is just one that just you can't break from here. And for Swordfish Academy being that team, again, they're really solid. This is probably the most well-rounded team in the league, and yet somehow they just can't seem to put it together here against Carbon. As that offense from Carbon just keeping Swordfish Academy away from getting any chance themselves, but maybe a chance here for Lumity. That one's on, but Zelly will keep it out. And even when Swordfish Academy do get their chances, Carbon are very quick to keep it out.
Absolutely, and Aidnator, Lumity, and Bromank. Sorry, I blanked on his name. And Bromank. They're all 3 great players. But I think something that they're missing that's really... Ooh, that was a really good close goal attempt. Is they're missing that defense against the mechanical plays. I think what Carbon is doing a little bit better is that they have the mechanics. They have not even, flip resets, double taps, air dribbles, because we haven't really seen much of that. But they just have the aerial consistency to make amazing touches on the ground and in the air to turn, non-threatening shots into stupidly threatening shots. So it's just insane to see. And as I'm saying that, I didn't even think Chances was going to score at all from that point of view. I was like, okay, this is just going to be like a pass or a mini touch to the corner. And he just turns into a threatening shot into a goal. And now Carbon go up by 3.
I can't believe he found that. And as you said, showing what would be ordinary plays into threatening chances, that is a perfect example of it.
And Chances on the offense again. Trying to leave for Rando. Rando with a wide open net. He's going to score that. Swordfish. Just because you got to play defense doesn't mean you got to play goalie. You got to have someone push up for that. Aidnator, you sat there. You had a good chunk of boost. You pushed that, my guy. You can't let Rando, who's been scoring amazing goals all series, can't give him that much room. He's going to score on you every single day.
And I feel like added to that is a fact that Academy have just been a bit more hesitant to go up on offense. They don't trust themselves as much as they do in a normal series because they haven't gotten their chances. Oh, there comes Aidnator. What has been, I believe, maybe 10 plus minutes of drought. Finally, Swordfish Academy get one past the Carbon defense. It's taken them almost 2 games worth of time to do that.
Absolutely. It's taken them, like, I think over 2 minutes because they scored within, or over 2 games, because they scored within the first, I think, 5 seconds of game number one, didn't score in game number two, and now it's, 4 minutes into game number three, and they're just now scoring. So I think it was like over 2 games worth, as now they're trying to put on another by Aidnader with that great dribble fake play, but it goes nowhere. Now Lumity trying to take it around that defense. Rando over 50 boosts on that offense. It's deadly, but it gets saved away. Now Chance is also deadly, going for the double tap backboard open, but Aidnader is able to get there and swat it away. Bromink, no boost, able to pick up the 100, but gets 50'd by Zelly, who's just a little bit stronger. And now Aidnader trying to play this ball around Rando, who just pre-jumped it from midfield. Bumping Aidnader with no boost. Lumity trying to take possession, but also has little boost, is able to 50 it. Bromink trying to get it middle, does not get there, is not super effective. And Bromink with the shot, Chances with the goal line save, and Zelly able to clear that out of harm's way. And Swordfish Academy could not buy a second goal if their life depended on it.
Yeah, and Carbon's not giving them anything at this point. Carbon, I mean, for Academy, these are plays that a normal team would give up every single time, but Carbon, as we've very well established, are not a normal team here. This is a team of dominant players of an offense that will not create enough a defense that just continues to battle as Chances off the ceiling. Look for the dunk with a clear from Bromink. Aidnader to shoot. At this point for Academy, they're just looking for anything, any last messages, but the message will come from Carbon. This one off the post, though, and Rando won't be able to tuck it in, as Carbon, at this point, Zelly's not even playing anymore. These guys are ready to end the series just like this. A dominant performance. Academy stood up to the task, but they fell flat on their face. The Carbon offense is just that good. This is a statement to all of you. These guys are championship material.
Yeah, like, this was just absolutely insane. In 15 minutes of normal play, of league play, 2 goals Swordfish scored. Like, that is insane to me. They were restricted to 2 goals. GG's to both teams, but oh my god, 100x35 Carbon just in their bag and on fire tonight.
Yeah, the 135 organization does generally have some pretty good luck on the stream, but even this series was one I did not think it was going to be this one-sided. I mean, you definitely didn't, and again, what a surprise to see Carbon come out and just dominate a series. I mean, we know they have that capability, but to see it here, that is something different. That is a little bit more unique than I expected here as a field sweep, really, for first series night. And again, I didn't think the sweeps would come this early. Our next couple of matches are, predicted to be sweeps. This one was expected to be one that would very likely go to Game 5, but obviously Carbon did not let it happen. As again, that's only our first series tonight. Later on, we'll have Savannah Bananas taking on FFB Asylum, the New Age Ravens taking on New Age Bandits for our for some more best of fives. As again, what a series that was, Panda. I mean, just like, if we just to summarize it, Carbon's offense is that good. I told you, their offense is the reason they are so good. And while their offense was good, I think we should shine a light on their defense too, especially with the amount of crazy saves they made. Because I guess ODU Monarchs, they're going to have to do more of that, as ODU Monarchs also have probably one of the scariest offenses in the All-Star division.
Absolutely. And now that we're coming out of winter break, I mean, college starts for me on Friday. So we're coming out of winter break. Even colleges are. So that college team is going to have access to their college setup, and as you were saying, that is going to make it a very threatening team having that type of hardware at their disposal. I've seen, going from someone who's went from a console to a PC, and they go, or even from like a 60 hertz monitor to a 240, they go absolutely insane. The difference can just be absolutely immense. So Carbon really does have to be on their A game if they want to take that top seed.
Yeah, they definitely will have to be, but fortunately for them, that will be next week when they play against ODU Monarch Silver for that top seed. The winner of that match will be the number 1 seed. The loser will be number 2, will very likely be number 2, most likely. So, again, what a match though, and again, what a start to a night is. Again, our next matchup will be a 2v2 matchup. Actually, our next 2 matches will be 2v2 matchups. It's going to be Savannah Bananas versus FFE Asylum. a series that will be coming to you guys very soon. But for now, we'll be off to a quick break. We'll be right back. Thank you for the raid. Meister, how you doing, Meister? Welcome in. See you. Hopefully you're doing well. How was your night, Meister? Hopefully, again, you're having a good time. We'll be getting the series started in just a few minutes. Just stick around with us. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. We've had to recover a little bit from that last series. Panda's still with me, but our next match will be Savannah Bananas taking on Battlefield Entertainment Asylum. Savannah Bananas on the Zenith Gaming Organization. Again, this matchup pretty interesting. But what I find interesting about this is that this should be kind of a wind down from what we had last series. That incredible 3-0 sweep from 135 Carbon.
Yeah, that was just absolutely insane coming out from 135 Carbon. They restricted Swordfish Academy to 2 goals within 3 games. It was a 3-0 sweep. Game 1 was pretty close, and then it kind of just went downhill from there. Game 2, 5-0. Game 3, I think, was like 3-1 or 4-1. It was a little bit of a rough series for Swordfish Academy, but they're still in wild card contention. I don't think they're going to get knocked out of wild card. And 135 Carbon looking to take that number 1 spot.
Yeah, so both those teams have guaranteed wild card. I can guarantee that wild card. But what I do find interesting about this matchup is one that these next two matches are ones that are actually expected to be sweeps. Savannah Bananas, as you said, are 5-0. FB Asylum 1-5. Yeah, it's one of the top teams versus one of the teams that has not had a good season. Asylum's only win against against an 0-6 side for Savannah Bananas. They're undefeated right now. Our next match will be actually another undefeated team, New Age Bandits, as they take on as they are 6-0, taking on the 1-5 New Age Ravens. So these matches actually are expected to be sweeps, but knowing this Challenger League, knowing 2v2s, anything can happen. It is only Champ 1, Champ 2, and I have seen crazy upsets before.
Yeah, I mean, we casted a upset team a couple weeks ago, one coming in from all the way in wildcard, barely making it to the grand finals, and was a lower bracket team, made it all the way to the grand finals. We've also casted, low seed teams being high seed teams or making it close at least. So, anything could absolutely happen. These are players around the same skill level. It just comes down to, consistency and maybe who's having a better or who's having a worse day by the time this match happens.
About these teams, how well the night will go. But as you said again, even with the potential of upsets still there, but still there, it's still a series between a 5-0 Savannah Bananas team who have just been borderline unstoppable. They're the second best team in their group. The only team above them actually is the Adrenaline Sports Romance, which we'll be seeing. Actually, I'll be seeing on Sunday evening when they play against Team Yeah in a best of 5. So that'll be interesting. But on that, again, Savannah Bandits are fighting for that top seed as well. They're fighting to take it, and if they win this series here, they will take it. They will be at that position, and well, for a romance, it's for them. But they'll have to win as well to make sure they hold that spot. So, kind of a two-headed race between both these teams, and see how it works here.
Absolutely, and I'm intrigued to see how these teams play. This is going to be higher ranked. So this is definitely going to be faster, more consistent between both of these teams. Like I was saying, just who's playing a little bit better today. At higher ranks, both teams should be pretty consistent between each other. And maybe FFE Asylum needed to figure some things out, and maybe they'll come back better than ever. They have won a game so far in this tournament, so it is definitely not impossible. And if Savannah Bananas, they just decide to not cooperate with each other, or maybe not do as well as they were hoping, like we saw with Swordfish Academy, this series can absolutely flip on its head.
It can, but I mean, there are a lot of players that are going to make sure that doesn't happen to Savannah Bananas again. But if Zenith Gaming, the major player, I remember I learned a lot was Reed here. He's got an average of 2.2 goals per game. Now that is a very high goals per game average. In fact, I believe that's higher than everybody on Asylum. Yeah, it is higher than everybody on Asylum. And again, these guys, that is a high goals per average for him here. As again, him along with Chronicle going to be taking it to the field here. And again, expect Reed, who is that captain of the team as well, to try to continue to lead them into success, as his shooting. And really, at this level, shooting is kind of the biggest factor to wins. Generally, if your team has good shooting, you're going to win.
Absolutely. And in shooting at this high of level, it's insane. Like I was talking about last series with 135 carbon, just turning something that you think is a completely dead play, or it's just going to be a pass around corner that's going to get cleared out or something, like gets turned into a goal somehow, into a pinch goal, into an air dribble goal. Like they just can do magical things with the ball. And I'm excited to see, with Savannah Bananas and with, like you saying, Reed having 2 shots or 2 goals average per game. I'm excited to see what he can do with that type of statistic.
Yeah, we'll see how that will work here. As again, these teams still trying to join into the lobby right now, but again, these last 2 matches, are ones that could be very one-sided. And you mentioned actually before this, we even started up the number of perfect sweeps we've had, because that's not out of the cards at any point with any match, especially ones that are expected to be quite one-sided, as the next 2 will be. As again, we've had perfect sweeps on my stream actually twice in its history, and both of them actually, I think, within a month of each other. But last time we had one was, if I take a look at my info, it was a long time ago, and let's see, where is it? It is. Last time was April of 2023. So, yes, actually, all of last year. It's over 6 months ago since we've had a perfect sweep, and they don't happen often. Especially don't happen often in the Skyward Series. They've actually not happened on the stream yet for the Skyward Series. No major league has seen a perfect sweep. The only leagues that have are the Golden Cup and the Prospect Series, both leagues that actually don't even stream anymore. So, again, we'll see maybe if Skyward Series can add to that list, but very likely it won't happen, because, again, at this level, goals go in so often that it is really tough not to score.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like we were seeing in Swordfish Academy's game, it was restricted to 2 goals. I mean, that was literally almost a perfect sweep game, where they were restricted to 2 goals. And the first one was a little bit of a defensive mistake. The third game, I think, 35 Carbon were playing amazing, but I think during that last game, after they scored those like 2 or 3 goals, they were kind of like, we're just going to try and play defense and play back the entire time. And Swordfish Academy was just able to get a goal. And it was a great pass coming from Swordfish Academy. But, things happen. I think if Carbon played on their A game throughout the entire series, I definitely think that could have been a clean sweep. And those were both 5-1 top of their group contending team.
Yeah, again, Savannah Bandits actually, speaking of trying to be the best of the group, again, they're currently the second seeded team in the group. As I mentioned, they are, in a race against Adrenaline Esports, Bromance, who do have the slightly better game differential. Actually, I believe their game differential is 2 games better right now than these guys at a game differential plus 13. A Bromance, again, 2 games above these Savannah Bandits game differential plus 11 with the exact same record. So for these teams, especially for Savannah Bandits, a win here because Asylum, they can't just win. They need to basically 3-0, because that will really put the pressure on this Bromance team. See if Bromance can also repeat that and catch up to them, because for these guys, again, after this one more week, and actually that last week will be them playing against each other. So being able to try to get a little bit further ahead might be able to give them an edge in one way or another. But for now, again, Bananas just looking to make sure they don't lose a series here and to keep fighting against Bromance. As well, these teams are in the lobby. I think we're ready to get this series started.
Absolutely, and patience, Livid. You gotta have patience. We gotta build suspension. We gotta give statistics. We gotta build up suspension for this game, as we are going to be getting into game number 1. Savannah Bananas, second in their group, versus FFE Asylum, one of the lowest in the groups. Here we go with kickoff in favor of FFE Asylum. Reed going to try and go for a little bit of offense. Big miss coming out from Acrylics. And that's not the start you want if you're FFE Asylum.
Yeah, a long touch, and yeah, it's going to go in as Reed, a booming shot. And again, I told you he averages about 2.3 goals per game. To see him score that early on, not a surprise, but yeah, as you said, Acrylics. That's an L at the end of his name, by the way. I don't remember how he pronounces it. I've always called him Acrylixel. I know Acrylics is a little more common as well. But however you pronounce his name, I actually probably should ask him how to pronounce it, because I've seen these guys before and I didn't get an answer on that. But for now, though, Savannah Bananas looking for more offense and field chance from Reed, trying to find Chronicle, who again was by a couple different names. He went by G Money. He went by Janie White in the past. Again, he's gone by a couple names, but it's the same player nonetheless. And These two, again, you're going to see them use just a lot of really, aggressive shooting opportunities here. They're not a team, Savannah Bananas, that like to give up space very easily if they don't have to. They'll challenge when they can. They'll challenge when they want to. Really, it's up to Asylum here to outplay them at that early challenge playstyle.
I agree. If you're going to go against a team that's going to be high on offense, you got to challenge as early as possible and try and keep the possession to yourself. Keep the possession away from them as a Crixel. Now I'm trying to like pronounce that as I see it. Got that off backboard early, which was the right move to do. You don't want to allow for double taps. At this level of play, you've got to cover that backboard. You cannot leave it open or else you're going to get double tapped on every single day of the week.
Savannah Bananas keeping the offense. They haven't scored a lot, though. Admittedly, Asylum have had some pretty strong defense so far. They've sat back a lot, but I think that's a playstyle that might help them out here. They won't get a lot of chances. In fact, they may not get many chances if they give up a shot like that, but they won't get many chances, but with how they're playing, they might potentially force Savannah Bananas to overcommit, and potentially that could be a way for them to beat them, as now a backflip from Icolixel will go off the back wall. Chronicle to shoot that one! Pack route will keep it wide as FFV Asylum still so much defense, so much time on their back end, and Savannah Bananas aren't letting up anytime soon.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call him like Ikri maybe, or
Icolixel is also another name. I've heard him as well. So
But Icarlixel, he was trying to clear that ball out, and Reed trying to work that corner along with Chronicle. Like you were saying, you know, Savannah Bananas, they're both up on the defensive third of FFC Asylum, and it's just working. That long shot coming out from Reed, Chronicle tried to slide it away. That's just basic geometry coming out from Savannah Bananas. And FFE Asylum just literally needs to get one booming clear, and as long as it's strong enough, it goes in the back of the net, because Savannah Bananas have spent the entire time both pushed all the way up in FFE Asylum's back third.
Yeah, FFE Asylum still searching for what would be their first goal, but here comes Pack-Rat down with the backfield, and they've answered back quickly off the kickoff here. Pack-Rats off Asylum, and this is what I said they would have to pay attention for, those overcommits, those plays where they can strike back on Savannah Bananas when they don't have both players back, and they do it there, and I'm telling you this, Panda, this is the way Asylum has to be able to take these games. It comes from counterattacks.
Yes, it definitely has to come from counterattacks. And just answering a quick chat question, Masha, 100x35 Carbon did take the last series 3-0 fashion, and that was definitely a very dominant win from them, as FFE Asylum trying to get another goal. That was almost a really good passing play between them. They definitely don't look as maybe mechanical as Savannah Bananas, but as long as they stay grounded in those fundamentals, then I think that they can stay in this game on those overcommits, but definitely not overcommitting like that, leaving the back end open for Chronicle. That's a shot he's gonna score all day. 2-goal lead now extended for Savannah Bananas, and that was definitely not the defense you want to see from Asylum.
Yeah, generally speaking, and what also kind of interests me about that is, generally speaking, when a player goes with the ball in this league, they just hit it once. But Chronicle decided, well, why not get the second touch as well off that sidewall, as all right, then a double fake on the kickoff. That does happen, but I didn't think we would have it that way. I think one of the players actually missed the kickoff as they went for the Lucas Reed. A pop-up. The mechanics on full display. Savannah Bananas weren't happy getting scored on here in Game 1, and now they're taking their anger out on FFE Asylum, and poor Asylum. There's not much you can really do to stop that one.
I mean, if you're Pack-Rat, you can't be pushing that far up in net, or if you're going to, you gotta use your boost or at least try and save it. But, I mean, Reed had no boost, and I guess Pack-Rat just completely respected it and just decided to not go for the defense. I mean, if you're at this level of play, you gotta be trying your hardest on that defense. Maybe he didn't have as much boost as I thought, but, you know, time will definitely not favor FFE Asylum for that one, but Acrylixel will try and put on another shot. It was close, but no cigar, as 3-goal lead still coming up from Savannah Bananas. Great demo. Gotta get that offense, you know, that pressure going. If you're FFE Asylum, slow, low shot from Pack-Rat, and now it is a 2-goal deficit for FFE Asylum with 58 seconds left. Not looking likely, but if they can get another kickoff goal, I think that heightens their chances greatly.
Yeah, and they've been losing quite badly on the shooting statistics, I believe, and yet even so, they're still keeping it relatively close. As now a miss from Packrat, it's open for Chronicle, and that is an absolute gift from Asylum. This game could have been one where they could have come back, but Packrat just missed the kickoff. And that is the last time you want to see a player from Asylum do that. This is a game they actually had a good chance of potentially really keeping it close. That goal may have just taken away all those opportunities.
And, you know, I'm kind of laughing because my teammate for my school team, who is, you know, a champ too, when he tries to speed flip or was just learning how to speed flip, he called that flying to the moon. And that was definitely a flying to the moon situation, as you definitely do not want to do that, or else Bananas are going to capitalize on that every single time. And Reed, trying to go into an offensive position, got a little bit of an awkward touch off the wall. Chronicle pass, not gonna go anywhere. So Reed going to try and control the ball, but backline's completely open from FFB Asylum, and I think game one's in favor of Savannah Bananas here.
And Savannah Bananas, they really brought that pressure, they really heightened that offense as well. And a lot of it just came to the fact that Chronicle wasn't as afraid to shoot anymore. Generally speaking, this season, the one issue I've seen with Savannah Bananas is the fact that Chronicle sometimes gets a bit too comfortable in the backfield, letting Reed do all the shooting. When in fact, he himself is a solid player as well. He's one of the reasons why this team is doing well. In fact, one of the two reasons they're both on the field that they're doing so well here. And again, for Chronicle, if he's feeling confident to take more shots, that's when this team really does play at their strongest. And as you see here in Game 1, a 6-2 game. It was 4-2 at one point, but the Zenith Gaming side here, showing us why they are such a strong team here is FP Asylum. They brought offense. They actually kept it relatively close. It was 8 shots to 5, but overall, Savannah Bananas winning the field here, 60 to 40% on the statistics.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. I mean, the statistics for ball possession and boost consumption, field domination, it's all pretty much going in. Boost consumption is a little bit more of a 50-50, but ball and field domination and possession just mostly in favor of Savannah Bananas. I think FFE Asylum got a little bit more ball possession, maybe because, Savannah Bananas was just sitting back at times and just kind of letting the ball come to them and then just defending it. But, we may never know, as we're going to go into game number 2 shortly. FFE Asylum definitely needs to correct something. Like, they need to calm down, calm those nerves, and just get their head in the game, block in, and get those counterattack goals.
It felt like in, Game 1, it was really their game to really prove what they had. And they did it well. They just kind of fell apart by the very end of it. And, well, they can't afford to do that against Savannah Bananas. Savannah Bananas will score on you if you do that, especially if you give up those openings as they did at the end of the last game. But other than that, at the very start of the last game, I was really pleased with what I saw from this team. The team that was fully capable of playing defense against these guys and taking their chance on offense. Here's a chance here. Reed will keep it out. It's already Asylum getting opportunities on offense, and I mean, that's a good sign for things to come. As Savannah Bananas, even they have to respect some of what Asylum have been able to bring ahead of them.
I do agree. Packrat trying to dig a booming long clear, trying to call out Reed, is able to get ball around him. Chronicle awkward on that backline, but Packrat does not have the boost to chase for it. Misses Savannah's boost, so he can't get back to the ball. Reed, easy flick all the way down to an open net. That's just those fundamental mistakes. If you're FFE Asylum, like I keep saying, you cannot be making those fundamental mistakes. If you're not going to be mechanical, you at least have to be strong in those fundamentals.
And right now for Asylum, yeah, those fundamentals they said are hurting them, and those rotations are just working against them here. It's too many plays I've seen where the net is just left a bit too easy here for Savannah Bananas. It's just too open for them to just shoot down the field and take their chances. And they're recognizing this too. I mean, Chronicle and Reed both are, players who are going to play defense. They know how to do it. They are strong at it as well. Can't give them openings in the backfield, in your backfield that easily, especially when you're playing offense as Icrelixel. Oh, what a flick. He's got one back as Asylum were given space, and, well, Icrelixel makes it work here with a brilliant flick past Reed.
Yes, that was an amazing flick from Icrelixel. Beautiful goal explosion as well. And that is definitely what you want to see if you're at FFE Asylum, and if you're a fan of FFE Asylum. because you want to keep that game tight, and also you want to get, that offensive pressure. You don't want to have Savannah Bananas get too comfortable like they were in game number 1. As you were seeing for the first 3 minutes, both of them just completely, not even a lot of boost, just sitting in FFV Asylum's back third and just chilling there like they were all on the same team. But now FFV Asylum making them rethink that playstyle choice, as they have punished them a couple of times, and they need to continue doing so.
Yeah, especially since Savannah Bananas, their offense will be the more dominant one in the series with things go as expected, as we saw in Game 1. And right now, though, for Asylum, maybe an answer from Packrat. Chronicle already up for it, as a follow-up touch from Microlixel won't go in, as Reed, the dribble, the flick, Chronicle maybe looking for the bump, he doesn't get it, but Reed, gonna put it on, it's off the post. Packrat panicking in front. Savannah Bananas looking for their chance. Here comes Reed, off to the side wall. Bouncer, Chronicle, going, shooting. That one's wide left. And Savannah Bananas still searching, but those shots just not on target. Asylum, I mean, their defense has forced Savannah Bananas to take these less than favorable opportunities. As Icrolix on the 50. Chronicle will get there. And Savannah Bananas, well, they're starting to feel the real pressure of this game, because FFV Asylum are not making it easy here with how well they're playing, but that's a big miss. Chronicle, 50 with Packrat, and again kept out, as minimal shots for Savannah Bananas means minimal chances to take the lead.
Yeah, and I mean, FFV Asylum seem to be playing so well when they're playing consistent and solid. Wow, that's just a great pinch 50, and Packrat is going to give FFV's Asylum first goal lead in this series. Accidental pinch 50 coming out from Chronicle, and that just goes right into the back of the Savannah Banana net.
Yeah, that is quite a surprising play, and yeah, for Savannah Bananas, that offense needs to start finding some footing here, because without it, they're going to get scored on. I mean, Asylum, sure, they might be a 1-in-5 team. That doesn't mean they aren't going to score. As we've seen already, they're more than capable of doing so, and if Savannah Bananas can't score in response, they're going to be pushed around here. And that is surprising to say for a team that is undefeated, has had to play some really tough opponents here. That, again, this FFV Asylum team that should not, be too much of an issue for them, is posing this threat. As now a team bump from Savannah Bananas. Reed moving back, but that bounce will not favor him in the midfield. Packrat trying to get there, and a double coming from Asylum. It's open for Reed to shoot, to score. Savannah Bananas catching Asylum on another overcommit. And for FFV Asylum, this is becoming a huge issue.
And that's what I was going to say before that pinch went in, is that, FFV Asylum are playing great when they're playing consistent and solid and good, but then, there's just one instance where they double commit, or they're out of rotation, and then it just all falls apart and gives Savannah Bananas an easy goal. But I also feel like Savannah Bananas, as I've seen them play so great on offense, and I've done this myself, and I've seen other teams do this, is I think that they're underestimating FFV Asylum a little too much. I think that they're taking them less seriously than they should, and making maybe some rotational mistakes or some rotational misplays that maybe they wouldn't do against an opponent that they knew would be consistently tough. But now it's starting to bite them, as they are tied with 1:15 left, and this is still only game number 2.
Savannah Bananas may have a chance to take match point here, but Asylum trying to tie the series up, and best of 5 like this, Asylum, one game could really set them in motion to complete what would be one of the most impressive upsets I've seen in a very long time. But I can't be talking about things happening in the future until we see how this game will work. As here comes Reed, that one just wide. Asylum a little nervous here as Savannah Bananas, another infield pass. Reed, that shot, it's off the overpost. Reed cannot hit the nets here, and Savannah Bananas, well, that was their chance. The miss from Microlixel. Packrat getting there, but not there in time. Reed to the back wall. It's open for Chronicle. That one is off the post as well. Savannah Bananas had 3 straight opportunities. 3 of them hitting off the post and going wide as Asylum keep this series close. Keep this game close. Now going into the final 30 seconds with the fact that Asylum could actually take this one here. Savannah Bananas cannot hit the net.
Absolutely. Sorry for cutting in and interrupting you. That was just oh my god, such a big miss coming out from Chronicle, but that's a big double commit! But it's off the post! And Arcrolixel was able to get back. Reed not jumping for it, and a miss coming out from Packrat. Oh my god, that was so... My voice cracked there. That was so many missed opportunities coming out from Savannah Banana. My voice cannot even handle it. And now FFV Asylum better take this game, or else that is going to be a little bit troubling on the mental.
Now off the ceiling, maybe the chance is here. Reed. Off the side wall, maybe trying to get the dunk on Ikrelixel. Chronicle to take it. He's hit it high low. It's off the back wall. Asylum not dropping early, but Chronicle still beats. It's in front, but a demo on Reed means Ikrelixel. Where's free space? The dribble, the dunk. Reed down the field. That's game 2. Savannah Bananas go to match point.
That is just unfortunate. If Chronicle literally... this sounds mean, but if Chronicle had rotated properly there, that ball would not have bounced off of him, and that ball probably wouldn't have gone in the net, because Packrat was rotated properly on the defensive end. He thought that his teammate was going to be good on offense and maybe get a 50 that he could support. He was in the right position, but just an unfortunate redirect 50 thing coming out from Chronicle is going to lead to the goal for Savannah Bananas.
And now they're only one game away from sweeping this series here. In the game number 3, what a day it will be if we have just another sweep on the stream. I mean, we've seen a good amount of them, but so far, actually, we've only had sweeps since I've come back. Actually, it's been... I'm trying to think of how many straight sweeps we've had. I think we've had at least 1, 2, 3 sweeps, including the one today, in a row so far. So, been a lot of sweeps in the stream, and so far, no team's been able to really bounce back from this kind of position. We'll see if maybe Asylum can do it, because last game was close. They definitely have the ability to take a game off these guys.
I definitely agree, and I think so. Ikrelixel changing over to the Octane, maybe seeing if that will do something. Maybe change how the 50s are played. But so far, Savannah Banana still on that offense. Shot from Chronicle, able to be saved. Now Reed taking his time, trying to do some little some with the ball. Reed going up the wall with Ikrelixel. Ikrelixel able to get that ball down into the middle. Chronicle trying to go for offense. I think this is gonna be a back and forth between both of these teams, taking shots after shot. It's just gonna be who makes that bigger mistake or who makes that first mistake.
Yeah, Savannah Bananas trying to make it Asylum here who will do it as, again, they're still putting on that, tried and true method of just pressuring them aggressively. That's how Savannah Bananas like to play against teams. They haven't really been able to do that, though. Again, Asylum have played a style that's much more controlled than I expected from them. Savannah Bananas, again, as you said, maybe underestimating how good Asylum actually are, and we'll have to come back as Reed. Oh, he's looking for the double, but he won't get the read there, and now Chronicle racing back will get there in time. Savannah Bananas be sitting on the defense, but even Reed going for some solo play opportunities here. Savannah Bananas trying something new on offense. You can tell that the way that Asylum is playing is working here. It's forcing Savannah Bananas to try something that they may not be as confident with.
Yeah, Ikrelixel trying to put on some offense. And again, FFE, they're trying to, like you're saying, be a little bit more offensive. And I like seeing more offense coming out from FFE Asylum. It's good, it's powerful, and I think Savannah Bananas, again, aren't really expecting it, and so they don't really have much of a response. I mean, they have good defense, so I guess that's their response for now. But as far as counterattacks, like that, it just goes nowhere. Packrat could have put on a little bit of a stronger shot, and that definitely would have been deadly, as that was a big miss, and a big miss coming out from Ikrelixel as well, as now we are seeing some more offense coming out from Savannah Bananas, maybe on that counterattack. Back pass. Reed does not read it very well, but he tries to take off the back wall. Is able to do so, and Ikrelixel shot and goal take the lead. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Savannah Bananas need to fix themselves.
That defense again of Savannah Bananas, it's been good, but that offense has some question marks around it. This is a very similar and very reminiscent of last game of how they played. That offense, it just isn't there for Savannah Bananas. I'm surprised by the lack of offense they have. Here is now a double commit, maybe a chance for Asylum to get a second goal, but Chronicle will get back and slow the play down. And sorry, Savannah Bananas, it just feels like there's a lack of inspiration from their side. They need to find something new, something creative, and that might be it, as Packrat will back up into the save. Reed, oh, he's off the post. Chronicle can't score. Savannah Bananas nearly cleared that ball to the net and almost had their chance there, but again, the post stopping them as their shots just not accurate enough from close range.
Yeah, and it's so strange coming out from Savannah Bananas. They started out super strong in game number one. Like you're saying, it seems like they don't really care about this game. Like it seems like you're saying, they're lacking inspiration. They're lacking that push to, go for some cool shots or maybe go for some better, more creative shots. But even when they do have those shots, it seems like it's a rerun of some beginning offense from FFE Asylum where it would just go off the post. Like Reed has had so many open nets and open shots, and he just bangs it right off the post. And it just seems so uncharacteristic from these types of players.
And as you say that, Chronicle hits off the post again here, Savannah Bananas. Cannot seem to hit the goal here, but they are still searching as Reed. Quick one, that one's to the top right, will be kept away by Pack Rat. Chronicle getting to the sidewall, now off the corner. Chronicle can't catch the walls. Icrolixo clear, Pack Rat with a bump. Icrolixo still on it, but he can't get more power. And it is still Savannah Bananas with the ball. It's Chronicle, the dribble. Do it, Pack Rat. 50 over to Reed as that net's looking open. Where's the defense? Icrolixo, MIA, as Savannah Bananas given a goal, and the boost was too tantalizing there for Icrolixo, and that's why Reed has that one.
And looking in that replay, looking at your overlay there, it looks like Icrolixo basically had no choice. But I mean, in that case, you do want to stay on that backline defense because the ball was low, so it wasn't like Reed could take a super high shot. But Icrolixo, making up for his previous mistake, going to give a second goal to FFE Asylum off of a great pass 50 coming out from his teammate, and Chronicle just not able to make that touch. They've really been lacking on those crucial touches on those backline defense.
Here comes Icrolixo looking for another one. I mean, after that, even up that last goal, he's definitely made sure that he's recognized as, oh, what a shot! That's off the post! Icrolixo, 50 away by Reed. Pack Rat racing back as Savannah Bananas, looking for the opportunity here in the final minutes. Reed going for the bumps, hits one there. Icrolixo, move, this one, saved away. In comes Reed looking for an opportunity, but he doesn't read it. Icrolixo, Chronicle, the block, 30 seconds, less than now to go for it, but here comes Chronicle, 1v1 with Pack Rat at the 50, kept in front Reed with only a solitary touch. It will be Asylum trying to keep the ball there with that one as Reed, again looking for the bumps, now touch and fill for Chronicle, maybe one more chance for them here, but it might not happen as Chronicle hits it away. Reed, oh, can't get a touch there, and Icrolixo will just let this one end here up to the ground. And FFP Asylum have somehow found a game against one of the scariest teams in their division here. We are going to a game 4.
Yeah, that is extremely unexpected. After game number one, if you asked me which team I thought, was going to take this, or if you would ask me if I think FFE Asylum would take a game, I'd say no. I'd say maybe, but most likely not. And they were able to do it. Savannah Bananas, severely lacking right now. I think they just really need to take a break, take a step back before this game 5 happens, or a potential game 5, and really just take a breather, because I think they're seeming to be very frustrated on offense, and they're seeming to get in their own heads too much. And it just really is coming out on their offense. It's lacking inspiration. It's just oozing frustration. And it just could be overall better.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they can make it happen here, as for now. And there's a lot of questions about what they're going to do on the offense. And really, the shooting, I need to see a lot better of it. Game 1, the reason they won Game 1 was not because Reed, it was because Chronicle was able to get a lot of shots in and really be a huge force on the offense. Last game, it felt like he could only hit the post. He couldn't put his shots on. Here he goes with a shot, shutting me up here. Well, maybe Game 4 will bode well, because Chronicle's found a goal only inside the first 10 seconds. And for a guy who's been struggling to hit the nets the last 2 games, this might be a hopeful sign.
Absolutely. Chronicle, you really want to be hitting those goals, hitting those shots, and that's definitely the start you want in game number 4 after losing or going down a game against a team who is basically the complete opposite standings to you. So You really got to get that confidence booster. You want to get that offense going, but Pack Rat booming the ball all the way down. 1v1 against Creed. It's a big miss. Chronicle gets the demo. Almost own goal, but luckily the ball was not going fast enough into the middle of the net, so no goal transpires from it. Reed bounce dribbles around Icrolixel, and Pack Rat just on that backline rotation, not there to get there fast enough. And Reed is going to score, giving Savannah Bananas their second goal.
Yeah, that is a surprising decision there. Icrolixel had 30 boost. He did not have to go for that corner boost there, and yet still he did. Still he felt the need to do so. Savannah Bananas maybe making Asylum a little less comfortable as Reed's done it again. It's goal number 3. Savannah Bananas can't stop scoring, can't stop hitting the net here as Reed driven on Icrolixel. And again, this is just adding more and more to the lead. This is a team that's a lot more confident now as Raid having come in from Mystery. Thank you for the raid, Mystery. Hopefully your stream was fun. Thank you so much for joining. Myself and Panda here on the stream for this matchup between Savannah Bananas and FFV Asylum. Savannah Bananas of the Zenith Gaming Organization, FFV Asylum of Final Form Entertainment. Savannah Bananas looking to end the series here 3-1 as, well, this game 4 right now for them has been a lot better than their last 2 games.
Absolutely. And now FFV Asylum on that pressure, trying to get a goal in, and that's gonna bounce off the post, but Reed just decided to leave the net, go for the boost, and just thought that that was going in, so he kind of just left the play, but bounced off the post twice. Pack Rat's not gonna let that one slide. He's gonna score it. Now 2-goal deficit, 3 minutes, 54 seconds remaining. This can absolutely go anywhere.
Yeah, it's a high-scoring game as well. These offenses have really started to show their teeth here and show their fangs, I should really say, and we'll see if Asylum can make that comeback. We know they can. We've seen how they play. Their overall, play style of being able to make those counterattacks and, win on these on these 1v1 level plays against Savannah Bananas when Savannah Bananas aren't confident in themselves in the backfield, might be able to help them, but for now, they need to find their chances. Icrolixel doesn't get that one. Pack Rat with only 20 boosts to go, just a light touch towards the net, but it will be easily kept away, and again, for Asylum, they're going to need better chances than that. They're going to need to show some really strong offenses. An infield pass to Chronicle! Savannah Bananas! No chances there for Asylum to stop it. A beauty to make it 4-1.
Absolutely. This is the offense that we were talking about, where they just need to link on passes, they need to link on plays, and then they're going to absolutely steamroll through this FFV Asylum team. A little bit of a miss coming out from Reed. Icrolixel trying to demo or bump the last back, was not able to do so, but was not needed, as now ball went to the back of the net. 4-2, 3 minutes 13, and we're back to a 2-goal deficit.
And for Savannah Bananas, you thought that maybe that 4th goal for them would be kind of the goal to unlock, them having full control like they did in game 1, but yet they've given it away immediately. Now here's a follow-up. Chronicles got it. That goal essentially erased now as Savannah Bananas now score up the kickoff themselves, and Asylum, well, it's going to be a very long road for them if they want to come back. Especially against a team with this line of offense.
Yeah. And FFV Asylum, I mean, they're kind of making the game 1, game 2 mistakes where they're just being on that, back line, but not properly. They're making very basic rotation mistakes, maybe trusting their teammate a little bit too much, or maybe underestimating the offense of Savannah Bananas a little too much, thinking that, oh, it'll go off the post, or oh, this isn't going to go in, or oh, my teammate has this, and then it ends up going in. So hopefully that can be fixed from FFV Asylum, and they can get a couple more goals in this game, as it is still winnable for them. But Savannah Bananas need to slow down on that offense, and FFV Asylum need to kick up that offense if they want any chance of coming back.
Yeah, it's going to require a lot of things that may just not happen here, as Reed looking for another chance gets them on Icrolixel. Asylum with one back, but Chronicle taking his time here, and I like this control here from Chronicle. I like to see Savannah Bananas, sort of slow this play down. They don't need to score at this point. They are still going to do so, though, but they don't need to score at this point. So I like them slowing it down, taking their time, letting that clock tick down, and give Asylum less time, as now an infield pass from Reed to Chronicle will give it goal number 6, and Chronicle 4 goals on 4 shots at this point. His shooting is back in form, and that's why they are so strong at this point. It's because Chronicle is getting in on the goals.
Yeah, I mean, when Savannah Bananas were in their, lowest form was when they scored only 1 goal. and that's when they were at their lowest. Ooh, big fake coming out from Reed. But that's when they're at their lowest, when they aren't scoring. So, I mean, kind of a tip to any other teams out there going against this Savannah Bananas team. Try and stop their offense. That's your biggest tip. Just stop their offense, slow them down, and you make a very comfortable offensive team very uncomfortable.
Yeah, or have them stop themselves if they're running into each other on that offensive play.
Yeah.
FFV Asylum will, again, keep it surprisingly close. Again, for, at the level that they're at, this is a team that is keeping up with Savannah Bananas. Unfortunately, you can keep up with a lot of teams at this division. It doesn't mean you're going to beat them. And, well, for Asylum, a 1-5 record, it very well might become 1-6 here, because with 90 seconds to go, Savannah Bananas, I mean, even with them only leading by 3, that's still 3 goals more than 3 goals that Asylum will have to get in a very small amount of time. And Savannah Bananas, I mean, they're in a pretty comfortable position. This should be a series for them, so long as they play strong defense, which, well, admittedly, hasn't been a guarantee for them.
Absolutely, but Chronicle going to push that offense, a little bit of a defensive mistake coming out from FV Asylum again. That's just going to be routine shot from Chronicle. Reed almost saves it, but slot in the back of the FV Asylum net, 7-3. This should have been the dagger in the hearts of Asylum.
It's unfortunate because we still have a whole minute to go here, but if I saw them, I mean, even at the start of the series, no one was. There's basically no one out there that was expecting these guys to realistically take the series. They did a lot better than I thought they would, as Pack Rat now with a beautiful dribble. This is the series that just will never end, I guess, because we're getting 11 goals this game. I mean, we saved all the goals until Game 4, I guess, here, and well, that's what we're getting as a result. Is again, credit's due. Asylum playing very well this series, but Bandits are the better team. Their shooting is better, and especially when Chronicle gets involved, there's no contest.
Yeah, there's absolutely no contest. So, Chronicle and Reed, again, they just need to keep up that offense as they're doing right now, and as I say that they're going to score again 8-4. Like you said, this series is never going to end. They're just going to score every 3 seconds and keep this game going on for 54 minutes. Hopefully not.
Hope not, because if they go for 54 more minutes, we won't get to our next series. I have this one, which will be a New Age esports matchup, actually a New Age Ravens versus New Age Bandits, I believe. So that will be a good matchup. You guys see another 2v2 matchup between a team that is higher ranking in the standings versus a team that is not ranked very highly. And well, we'll see if maybe what will be the 6-0 Ravens who will have a win like the Savannah Bananas here. As Savannah Bananas, again, the time has run out for Asylum to come back, and again, they'll enjoy a very nice 3-1 series win. But again, Asylum still playing some pretty impressive offense. If they play like this a little more often, they should not. 1-6 is a record that shouldn't repeat itself often. But for now, this is Savannah Bananas' series. They are the better team, and their undefeated record will stay going into what will be the final week of the regular season in Week 8.
Absolutely, just like Chronicle and Reed, just adding salt into the wound. They're just gonna keep scoring over and over, and it's just kind of at the point of when is this series going to end? 1-6, think can be confirmed for FV Asylum. 6-0 confirmed for Savannah Bananas as time will tick down to 0, and Savannah Bananas will take the series.
Game 4, just like that, Savannah Bananas, the expected winners, were able to take it. And while FV Asylum, I think, made this a much tougher contest than Savannah Bananas were expecting, they still are that better team. There's still a reason why they are undefeated. They are, as they have been as strong as they have been. 3-1 consistent series win here. Well, Savannah Bananas they'll take that one, even though it wasn't probably their best performance. They'll be happy with that win. It's a win that will allow them to continue to fight with AE Bromets, who are ranked above them.
Absolutely. As shortly we'll be going into our next series of the night. Sadly, I will be leaving, and I don't know if Sporty has a co-caster or if he will be solo casting.
I do not.
So
I'll be doing it on my own.
So Sporty will be solo casting. I'll be leaving you guys, but it was amazing casting as always. I'm going to be casting, I think, again tomorrow and on Saturday with you, as well as casting a couple series.
Yeah, as we are actually going to give a short interview with these guys. We might as well ask them a few questions. As again, As we are actually going to get actually we are getting an update here. It's going to be a little interview here in this here with what will be Chronicle running in. So get him in here as soon as he can. As
All
again,
right,
well, yeah,
interesting.
we'll get some questions here for Chronicle. He wants to, chat for a little bit. We'll give him like a few minutes, and then we'll be off. Will be our next series, which will be New Age Ravens, New Age Bandits. That will again be an interesting series. Our last one of the night.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that series goes, and to see which team comes out, because with both of them being of basically the same org, kind of like with 100x35, when 100x35 is 100x35 because of how many teams they have. It's kind of like which team at the end of the night gets to go home with bragging rights over the other, especially when they're in that same division.
Wait on Chronicle to join for now, but again, yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup. Again, it will be a 6-0 side taking on a 1-5 time as they're in the Skyward series VC. Oh, yeah, I can't have them there. People will bomb that. We'll bomb that VC. We can't do that. So quickly, we'll make sure that we get we'll get them in here again. We'll make sure we get Chronicle in here or Reed, whichever one of them wants to join. But I think it's Chronicle who wants to join. Again, we'll chat with them a little bit because again they're in that race with a Bromance, and if Bromance loses the series later this week against which is not unlikely, it would be Savannah who take that highest seed, and that would be huge for them.
Hello, hello.
There you
Hello.
go. Hello, welcome in Chronicle. How you doing, my friend? A 3-1 series win there. It was a bit of a tough series. Asylum made it a lot tougher than you guys maybe thought it would have been, but you still win nonetheless. And continuing that fight against AE Bromance for that #1 overall seed. How you feeling with your performance today?
Pretty good. I mean, we were having fun, calming really well. So,
Absolutely. And so during that game number 3 where FFV Asylum ended up taking that game, what was going through your guys' head? Because I mean, it seemed like that was the one game that your guys' offense just seemed to be not there.
I don't really know what happened, but we just regrouped after that game and just, well, came back into the fourth game. So,
Yeah, the classic go next mentality that again you guys win here over FFV Asylum. I mean, this series itself was one where you're expected to take this one pretty easily. I mean, it seemed like you guys were pretty calm as well. I mean, for a lot of teams when they play against teams like Asylum, they get a bit nervous because you're expected to win. Being favored is not always a benefit, especially with the pressure. But it seemed like you guys weren't under any pressure. Can you maybe elaborate more on why that was the case?
I don't know. I guess right now we just really, well, we were just calm. And, well, we played a lot of twos earlier before. And we're focused on really threes right now, but we were focused on twos for today. So, we felt calm.
Interesting. And I mean, do you think that you're going to continue this type of offensive play style, or keep the way that you're playing right now going into the playoffs, and maybe being that main event top seed, getting that bye week?
Well, I don't really know. Right now we still have to play AE Bromance, so that's gonna be the game.
Yeah, that would be definitely the game to watch. And I was going to actually ask about Bromance as well, but you already answered it there. Again, you guys are confident, I'm sure, to play against them. Again, thanks so much for joining us here, Chronicle. But before you go, obviously, Chronicle, we'll have a little shout-out section. So now's your time to shout out anybody, to say any last words here before we will have to, unfortunately, end this interview and get to our next series.
Shout out anybody? Kin Too Toxic. He was my former captain, so without him, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
So much for joining us here, Chronicle. Congratulations on your 3-1 win over FFE Asylum. Good luck next week against AE Bromance.
Thanks for having me. See you.
And well, Panda, again, thanks for joining as well. I mean, you already had your last words, but might as well say one more thing as well. Is there anything that you'd like to say before we'll go to break and we'll come back with New Age Ravens, New Age Bandits?
I mean, I wish both teams of luck, and can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.
Of course, again, thank you so much for joining me, Panda. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back with the New Age matchup of the evening. Well there everybody, welcome back. It's nice to see you all. Yes, New Age Ravens, New Age Bandits will be the next and final match on our stream here tonight. We've had Panda joined us for the first two matches, which was a sweep with 125 carbon takedown Swordfish Academy, and a 3-1 with FFE Asylum with Savannah Bananas taking down FFE Asylum. As our last match here, New Age Ravens, New Age Bandits, another challenger 2v2 matchup here as New Age Ravens 1-5, New Age Bandits 6-0. Bandits have been dominating this league. The only undefeated team actually still in their group of 7 actually. It's not that many teams in there. As again, they're almost certainly locked in the playoffs. Haven't locked in that top spot. There's actually another team trying to catch up to them, which is Swordfish Moist. They need Bandits to lose this week. If Bandits don't lose this week, then Bandits will be the #1 overall team going into the playoffs. So this is in here for Bandits. I mean, they have to play against Ravens, who are 1-5, who they at least have a chance of making it into the playoffs, but they have to win this matchup and have a lot of other things go their way, which I don't believe are even possible. Actually, I don't even think playoffs are possible actually for the Ravens. So at this point, Ravens just playing for fun. Unfortunate situation for them because, and the season has been one that's been very unhelpful for the Ravens. Their only win was in week 1. It was against a team that forfeited against them. Other than that, they have been swept every single week after that, except for actually the most recent week against Moist, where they did take 1 game off of them. But still, they have been struggling against their competition here. And Bandits, they've been dominant. They've swept every single team they played against. So yeah, it couldn't be more, opposing than this one. Is the top team in the group playing to just secure their spot, or the weakest team, or the weakest team in the group, the Ravens, just trying to get a win here, at least something to be happy with. Again, that team will be a team of the Ravens. Here is Rebel Guy, Egnado. Side for Bandits, Zappy and Bloodwolf. Bloodwolf actually has been on the stream a ton. He probably most recognizable was on Strikers Chaos Crimson in the past. More recently, he's been on a good couple of many different New Age esports teams. Actually, we're going to see him on New Age later this week, and he is on. I'm gonna find out what's the name. Is it Sharks? No, it's not. It's Wolves. When he is on New Age Wolves. No, not Wolves. No, it is Sharks. He is on the Sharks. Yeah, when he's on New Age Sharks, when they play this week against Dino Electronic Athletic Organization. It's Missouri. Hello, Missouri. Yeah, actually, what's also funny about this is there's also the coach of both these teams. It is the same Missouri. He actually was a player on my team when during the Panthers when they had their run. So nice to see you again, Missouri. You're having a good time. I know it's tough though. Which team look at? But yes, Missouri does coach a couple different teams in this for New Age. So I'm surprised we actually haven't had this happen before, where 2 teams he coaches play against each other. But well, here we go. See, we get to see something fun happen, I guess. Again, we'll move into series number 3 shortly. You're gonna coach Ravens? Got it. Missouri actually is telling us he's now having his allegiance with Ravens, who are again 1-5, trying to get a win. He'd love to have them take down the Bandits. I think that'd be a pretty fun result. Here's in. Rebel Guy is in. Third is Zeus. Egnado, does he also go by Zeus? I would assume he probably does. Let me just check. Busy Boy, Zeus. I guess he goes by Zeus. I'll ask, make sure that is clear. Again, we'll get things on in just a moment here. Prediction poll is live. You are getting a report. Yes, Egnado is Zeus. We'll see which name he prefers. They're telling me he wants Zeus. So, one sec. Let me quickly That's fine, I can quickly change this as well. Not a big deal. Doesn't mean I'm going to have to reset my overlay, because my overlay does not like me doing this. Me quickly reset my overlay and get things back. There we go. Hopefully my camera's gonna get back. There I am. And sorry about that, but again, production poll actually isn't live. Let me make sure I make it here. I knew I forgot something. I forgot to do that. Sec. Again, Bandits are expected to take this one. They have been absolutely dominant. But we'll see how they do here, because it's the final match of the season at this point. All these teams just here for fun. Again, playoff spot. That number one spot, I believe, actually, it already be locked for the Nets. I believe this is actually their last week of matches. So again, a win here at the very least. Even I think even like a single solitary game win will be enough for them. But we'll see how they do here against the Ravens. At this point, all these teams, they've locked in their season results. Get that best of 5 going up as soon as we can, as soon as these guys are ready. We'll see how this looks. New Age Ravens on the blue, New Age Bandits on the orange. Our final match of the night. Here, a best of 5, 2v2. Bandits have been dominant in their group. The Ravens have not. As thank you, William Bun Jordan, for the follow. Welcome to the sporting stream, and you came in time to see our final match tonight here. Bandits taking on Ravens, part of the Skyward series. See how the Bandits do here. Again, a team that has been only confident this season so far. Well, that confidence starts 15 seconds into game 1. Zappy blasts that one to the top of the net. Early strike. Bandits off to a start that I think surprises absolutely nobody. The Ravens, I mean, they're going to have a lot to do to try to see if they can respond to this. At least get a goal to start things up. Maybe get another Zappy looking for a second touch. Can't get it there. Zeus will clear it out. Blood Wolf. That one is stopped by Zeus. Bull Guy will clear as the Ravens doing well to try to keep up with the Bandits. But the Bandits, I mean, look at this control from them. They are just a mechanical side, and they're just doing this the mechanics not to score necessarily, just to keep that ball control. That's a big miss from Zeus, and Blood Wolf will take it. 2 goals for the Bandits, as again these mechanics from Zappy not here to necessarily try to score, although he almost did it there, or just to make sure that the Ravens can't challenge him, that he keeps the ball position, that his team keeps the ball. Bandits again benefiting from it. Zappy again just playing exceptionally well. There's no wonder the Bandits are playing so well when they have a player like Zappy who essentially is just that strong at this point. There are players in this Challenger division that do play like that. They can just lead a team. So a lot of question comes to that second player. You know, in this case, Blood Wolf. Will he work around him? Blood Wolf's more defensive. I wouldn't be too surprised to see him just kind of continue to sit back and let that pressure kind of work in Zappy's favor, but he does get challenged there as Zeus to the corner. Be a chance to go in midfield, but Blood Wolf won't make it easy. Here comes that shot. Zappy will get it. Rebel Guy, and that should have been a goal there. Ravens were gifted an opportunity into the Bandits as they misplayed a touch off the back wall. That should have been one where the Bandits had the opportunity. Instead, they're still now on offense. In comes Blood Wolf, and in fact, he gets his second goal here. Bandits continue scoring as the Ravens, I mean, should have scored on the other side. It should have been 2-1 at this point. Instead now, 3-0 The Bandits continue their goal-scoring ways. Be a long series here, and long for the Ravens at least. They cannot seem to get anything to go on offense. Blood Wolf making a demo on Zeus. Zappy's got to be careful. This is in front of his own net. People dribble it out though, and this is where he gets his mechanics. To the ceiling, Zappy, second touch. Maybe one more to follow. Blood Wolf jumping in 2. Quadruple commit in front of the net. It will be the Bandits who just get to it first, but they can't score because of it. Ravens trying to take it away. Zappy still in the ball. The dribble, 50 with Zeus. And it's Still on the attack as Blood Wolf. Looking maybe for a flip reset. Zappy to shoot it! That's the right side of the net. The Bandits now make it 4 goals here. Game 1. Again, going as I think many would expect it to be. The Bandits, as dominant as they are. Again, just coming from the mechanics here of Zappy specifically, getting to the air, forcing a lot of people to jump up and just have to get something, some control constantly on it, but he's just so mechanical, it's tough to do so, and it's also prioritizing good ball control as well. This is not a team that's hitting the ball very heavily. Seeing them pull the Ravens out of defense because of it. The ball control, the dribbles, the passes. You can see why the Bandits now are one of the scariest teams in Challenger 2v2. As it seems like Zappy makes the chances, Blood Wolf will score on them. The Ravens, can they even get 1 goal? At this point is now a question, because I don't think they're going to come back from a 5-goal deficit with how we've been seeing the Bandits play. I don't think it's unlikely to see the Ravens maybe get 1 chance, as Zappy will make this goal number 6. This might become one of those series that, well, might be one of those series that just has multiple blowouts, and blowout on the stream is considered whenever a team is winning by 7 goals or more. And well, we still have over 2 minutes to go, and Bandits only 1 goal away from making this what would be considered a blowout differential. Ravens still searching just for something as Zappy, oh, what a great first touch. Now a second one, Zeus will get up to it though. Rebel guy wants the clear. Well, Ravens do seem to see that mistouch from Blood Wolf, but Zappy gets around Rebel guy. And the ball back in the favor of the Bandits as the Ravens try to challenge at it. Zappy not so nice about it though, as he's continuing just to keep control here. Dribble around the Ravens. And it's using that ball control well, but it's a great challenge from Zeus! And a goal for the Ravens, sneaking past the Bandits' backline. As Zeus, with an early challenge, catches Blood Wolf napping. And Zappy caught way too high up. Ravens do score 1 in this game. That's kind of the goal I wanted to see if they could hit. Snappy challenge from Zeus. Bandits. Well, I mean, they won't be too concerned because of it, but it's just a little bit of a message to them that they can't, you know, fall asleep in this series. This is still a series where they have to play as well as they have been this season. Well, Zappy's doing exactly that. What a dribble, and oh dear, he just hit the crossbar. Yeah, I saw that happening a mile away. Zappy missing the open net. But he will get this one, though. I guess it makes up. Yeah, 7-1. A Brazil on the field. Which, now that I say it like that, that sounds very funny, but this is a Brazil scoreline. UH Bandits in a favorable position, but they might make an 8 here as Blood Wolf hit by Zeus. Ravens looking to answer as Zeus take the touchdown field off the corner. Bounce will be awkward from the read, but Zappy doesn't go for it. Leaves Zeus the ball off the back wall. Blood Wolf with the clear. Double guy demoed away. Zappy, the dribble, the flick. Zeus with a block there as Rebel guy. 1 touch. Looking for another one here as Zappy on the back line will clear it away. He'll look for a touch here, trying to make it 8. Zeus with another great block as the Ravens defense starting to formulate something here. Fortunately, it's a bit late for them to have much of any effect in this game. It was too late halfway through the game when Bandits were leading 5-0. They're going to hold the 7-1 scoreline. In fact, oh, Zeus almost made it 7-2. It will be off the post. I mean, they don't want this on the ground. They want 1 more chance. They want 1 more goal. Blood Wolf looking in front, but it will be cleared away, and that will end game 1. 7-1. Bandits do what you expect them to do. Doing the offense, and Zappy specifically brought the mechanics, brought the control that this team needed. Blood Wolf was able just to sit behind him and capitalize off of any plays Zappy made. Is again expected, I think, from the Bandits so far. 7-1. Go to game number 2 here as see how things change here. As actually, let's get in this game here. These teams ready to go very early on. Immediate ready up as game 2 underway. Age Bandits pushing themselves one game closer to securing that #1 overall seed as Bloodwolf saved by Rebel guy. Now Zappy. Little Zeus with the stop there, and its team have been so dominant this season. They've only won in sweeps. And Ravens doesn't feel like they're going to change that as Zappy's going to triple this one down. No questions about it. That is one that Zappy will never miss. Simply put, just a miss from Zeus and a bad touch from Rebel guy. I think wanted to hit to the corner. If he's going to do it, he's got to be a little more direct with that play. Just hit it into the corner, not off the back wall. The Bandits, 20 seconds into this game, will get their first goal. Miscommunication. Zappy's still on it, but blocked by Zeus. Now a pinch away. Ravens just doesn't feel like they have that pace to really match with what the Bandits do. Again, well, they don't have the mechanics to do it. And Zappy himself is actually quite mechanical, even for this level in this Challenger division. He's insanely mechanical. Ravens, what they really could do, you maybe utilize here, is something like something a little more unique, something like the demos like we saw there from Rebel Guy. Something that's completely different. A Challenger, there aren't generally a lot of demos. Something that Ravens could utilize here is Zeus. A dribble, he's got that one. Oh, what a save from Bloodwolf. Jumping in the way, and now he's got the block on Rebel Guy. I mean, he had no business getting that block. It was a great offensive chance made by the Ravens. A solo play that somehow Bloodwolf was able to take out. Bandits will still keep their 1-goal lead for now. Zeus. Yeah, pinch. Looking maybe for Rebel Guy, but Zappy. One touch, jumping with it, Zappy, and it's a miss from Zeus. That will be an open net. And that's a bit embarrassing, I think, even for them. Scoreline now, that's 2-0. New Age Bandits feels like they've kind of let up after game 1 when it comes to scoring, although maybe not. Maybe the Ravens are just playing a little better. The Ravens have only, before this, they've only been able to take 1 game off of any team, not even a series. Again, their series win was against a forfeited team, so the only game they were able to take was actually off of the 2nd-seeded team in Swordfish Moist. As hello, Sinister Eggs, welcome in. We're joining for the final series of the night here on the Spotty stream. New Age Ravens versus New Age Bandits. My name's Spotty FC. Hopefully your night has been going well here. And it's game 1, 7-1. And they're probably already secured that #1 overall seed out of their group. This is actually, for most divisions in Skyward 2, this is their second last week, but for this group, specifically for these two teams, this is their final week of action. And it's the #1 overall team, the Ravens, the last place overall team. In their group of only 7 teams. And it's again, probably already secured that #1 overall seed, but if they win the series, they definitely will be. They're en route to do that. More specifically, though, I think they want to keep their perfect season going as a long shot from Bloodwolf will find the top left corner. They've swept everybody before them here. The 6 series before it all were 3-0 sweeps. This is their 7th and final, and maybe this will also be a sweep in its own right. As New Age Ravens, well, not much to really talk about here about them. They're just getting outplayed. While Bandits aren't scoring nearly as much as they did last game, you can tell this is a team that's, I think, taking a little bit slower. Not trying to, I think, rush things nearly as much. They recognize the control they have. They recognize the position they're in. At this point, Ravens, while they are making some pretty nice challenges, especially in the air, stopping a lot of Zappy's solo plays, which really did hurt them last game. Hasn't really been able to stop the overall fact that Bandits still have that offense that the Ravens cannot shake off so easily. Zappy back pass to Bloodwolf. Still Bloodwolf as he's got the dribble and he gets the demo too. Just for some added measure, Zeus getting moved up the field as Bloodwolf with another one. And the Bandits, I mean, they're slowly adding more and more goals to this lead. Ravens, again, scored once last game with a 7-1 difference. This one now, 4-0. For the Bandits, they have done. Well, it has definitely, it's worked against everybody else this season. I'm not surprised that it's working here against the Ravens. Oh, what a dribble from Zappy. Bloodwolf was not ready for that. It was a dribble that actually surprised even Bloodwolf. I mean, maybe just getting a bit carried away with the mechanics. Now past the Bloodwolf. Maybe a dribble down the field, but it will get away from him. Off the corner. Zeus with a clear. Zappy. Up is Bloodwolf looking for one more. He's got a bump, but it still be blocked by Rebel Guy. Bandits, though, keeping the ball up, keeping it airborne, and they recognize that this Ravens team on very low boost. Zeus with only 50 now, none in the tank. Rebel Guy with none. Ravens stuck on defense as Zappy to the back wall. Second touch won't be needed as Bloodwolf slots that one home. Starving the Ravens. New Age Bandits doing this all by themselves. Another game that's going to be very one-sided. Bandits, at this point, a field sweep seems not just likely, but almost certain. Unless the Ravens can come up with some sort of miracle play. Bandits will take this series 3 games straight, and we're only at the end of game 2 here as there's a goal for Zeus. A bump on a Bandits defender. Rebel Guy bumped. And Bloodwolf, he just got confused by that. I thought he got bumped there. He did not. He just got confused. For the Bandits, it's another goal they give up to the Ravens, but even so, they don't really care too much. This is another game that has gone very much their way. Not 7-1 like last game, but 5-1. And still equally as dominant as actually looking to make it even 6. Zappy to Bloodwolf to the nets. 6-1. The Bandits will end game 2 with a bang. At this point, they're on match point. There goes the Ravens looking to complete what has been a perfect season for them so far. No games dropped. All they need is just one more. As for the Ravens, their season, it's felt like this for a lot of it, and fortunately, they have made to deal with the same situation again and again. Here we go. Game number 3, our final series of the night here, and it very well might end in a 3-0 sweep. Oh my goodness, Siri said hi. Hello there. Whoopsies. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that or if you guys heard that or not. Bandits. One game away from completing a regular season without a single game dropped. Side game number 3 here again. The last game was 6-1. The game before was 7-1. They've been again so strong, so dominant. It's 13 goals to 2, and now make that 14. As Zappy's shot slowly but surely goes in off the right side post. Actually, that post bounce actually was the reason it got past Zeus in the first place. As he was expecting it to go straight into the net. Was a little surprised when it bounced in front of him off of the woodwork. The Bandits will still take it. As off the back wall is Bloodwolf in for Zappy. That's another one. The Bandits will add a second off the kickoff as someone chat saying, how old are you? 15. I am not 15. I am 18. You're probably the first person who's ever guessed my age. That had a guess that was younger than I actually am. I'm 18. As yeah, again, unfortunately for the Ravens, this game is starting pretty poorly for them, and again, you know, usually series are pretty close on the stream, but Obviously, this one, not so much today. You know, some series are good. Some series can be a bit short, and some like this can be a bit ugly at times. Fortunately for the Ravens, it's them who will have to face a very, very difficult realization in this one. Not that I think it's much of a realization at all. They've already realized that their season has been one that's just been absolutely horrible for them. Yeah, a team that comes in that, you know, wants to be dominant, wants to be strong, wants to show off, just can't seem to find their footing in the regular season. Also, the division is a tough division to be consistent in. And it's definitely, really just piling on the pressure as there's a dribble from Blood Wolf. That will be a goal for them. A very nice solo effort. A good pop, and I love that he keeps up with it. An air dribble. Just a little bit of style here. We go, more pressure as Blood Wolf, that should be 4, it will be. Zeus can't get there as, again, Jet saying, do you like comment? What do you mean by you like comment? Do you, I like to comment? What do you mean like comment, like to do commentary? If you're asking if I like to do commentary, I hate to tell you this is all I do. This is all I do. Well, other than this, it's schoolwork. So, yes, I do like to do commentary. They've been doing this for over 2 years. Very consistently. Starting back in the Indie Gaming League now, and obviously Skyward Series being the league that we're in right now. Blackline, Popular League, Amateur Gaming League, LOS Champs, Rocket League Splash Series, SN Tournament Series. Actually, I've run SN Tournament Series as well. I've done work for The Draw and RLCS APAC in the past. As Ravens, well, they'll get a goal here. And it's Zeus again, who he seems to... He's scoring consistently for the Ravens, and consistently I mean like he's scoring at least a goal every single game, it feels. Admittedly good for the Ravens, at least they're still playing in this one, and this game is not as bad for them as maybe it looks at first glance. Yeah, there's still a little bit of hope for them to, try to, maybe make this a little bit more difficult for the Bandits. But Zappy, looking for a 5th goal for his team, and a dribble, gets under a Rebel guy. Only needed 2 touches though, as the first touch sets it up, the second shot puts it on, and he actually got a little dunk at the end of that as well. Once again, I see all you in chat. Thank you all who are on New Age Gaming for joining in and saying hi. You all having a great night. It's nice to see you guys. Actually used to play on New Age Esports in the past, actually. On the New Age Panthers team, which actually is still in the Skyward Series. Actually in the All-Star Division. Actually one of the top teams in the All-Star Division as well, so... I haven't seen them yet this season, but they're doing very well here as... New Age Bandits looking for some offensive pressure as Blood Wolf with the clear. Blood Wolf still chasing, looking for the final touch to tuck it in. Zappy will get it though. Again, see, thanks for the love there in chat, Grizzly Demon and Bearded Bear. As it now the scoreline 6-1, and this game might be worse than the last one. 6-1 was the scoreline at the end of last game. We still have almost 2 minutes to go. We get a scoreline worse than 7-1. That was the scoreline of game 1. As Blood Wolf off the back wall to Zappy, not on target. Zappy getting chased by Rebel Guy, and Bandits. It's been a successful season so far. 20 seconds to go. Again, they want to get as many goals as they can. Ravens, again, credit to them, are playing some decent defense at this point. Fortunately, though, the solo play is coming in again and again, and, well, they're going to break through at some point, especially with whiffs like that. Blood Wolf will take that one for free, as just a single touch off the back wall, off the side wall, and sometimes the best players of action just to fake it, do nothing at all. That one bouncing in the back of the Ravens' net. A fake from Blood Wolf. New Age Ravens are completely befuddled because of it. Now Zappy. Solo. Gonna get the double tap. Rage Bandits trying to slow things down here as Rebel Guy. The back wall, Blood Wolf with the clear. Zappy bumped into position here as Zeus will get back. Now the touch from Zeus. Looking for a bump on Zappy, can't get him, but Rebel Guy, some free space to work with, but he's backflipped on the spot. A chance to maybe have a solo effort or even a shot, and he comes up with nothing. Still a chance though, Zeus off the back wall. But Rebel Guy not there, he ran out of boost. Bandits going upfield again, Zappy. The dribble. Gonna tuck it in. He's again there to keep him out as Zeus with the dribble. Rebel Guy with the clear. And the Ravens playing some very good defense, but that's a miss off the back wall. Zappy, a chance. Up high. Rebel Guy forced to jump, but it will be Zeus to save. They're holding. They're holding the 7-1 goal line. Very well, but in comes Zappy to try to make it 8! And he's found it there! Zappy with a parting gift for the Ravens. So 7-1 in game 1. 6-1 in game 2. And well, it's 8-1 right now in game 3. Goal difference of 21-3, my goodness, and this game's still not even technically over yet. Bandits looking maybe for one more off the back wall, but it will be easy clear away for Rebel Guy. Ravens will see this one end. Their season is over. So is the Bandits, as a 0-second goal from the Ravens. And this will be their final goal of the season. They won't be playing in the playoffs, but the Bandits, they surely will be. The #1 seed is theirs. No one has been able to take even a game off these guys. A perfect season for the Bandits. 7 matches, 21 games won. 0 games lost. Bandits are the top team in this group here. Definitely a team that you should be focusing on going into the playoffs. Got a little interview with these guys. I think with the Bandits, but again, a 7-0 record. Simply put, nobody is better than them. They'll be going to the playoffs. They'll be skipping the wild card, which is a huge deal, I think, for these guys. It gives them a lot of time, a lot of agony, because the wild card itself is not a very safe place. There you go again. Win for the Bandits. 3-0 sweep. 2 of our matches today were 3-0 sweeps. In fact, let's take a quick little recap of what today was like. Actually, 5 Carbon, Swordfish Academy, probably the most interesting match today. Definitely between 2 5-1 teams. But Carbon, their offense was dominant. A 3-0 sweep there. And Savannah Bananas 3-1 over FP Asylum as expected. And then Bandits, obviously, a dominant 3-0 sweep over the Ravens here to secure that #1 overall seed. Going into the final bracket. Sorry, them seeding the group, and to head into that final top 8 bracket. Again, what a performance out of the Bandits. I mean, this is just the season overall. As again, we actually are going to get an interview with Blood Wolf. I thought for a second we may not actually be able to, but he is ready for it, so go and chat with him here. Let's find him. Where are you? Go chat with Blood Wolf. Right, let's go. Chat with Blood Wolf. Hello there, Blood Wolf. 3-0 sweep here for the Bandits. Congratulations on securing that #1 overall seed out of your group. How does it feel to have a perfect season as well? I mean, no one has been able to stop you guys as of yet.
It felt pretty good. We've had the perfect season so far, and we're trying to keep it up to the playoffs. We know it's going to be a lot harder than what we had to play this week.
Guys definitely, again, came into this one. I mean, just to kind of encapsulate this whole season as a whole. I mean, you guys have been so strong. Again, no one's been able to even take a game off you guys. So you're coming into that bracket as one of the scary teams. Is there anything you want to say about that regular season? Because you won't be playing in week 8. There is no week 8 actually for your group for this one. I mean, so you want to kind of tell me what it's going to be like, kind of recap what your regular season has been like so far.
I mean, Zappy comes in his first ever season, and has absolutely just balled out for us. And I've just kind of been the second man, just letting Zappy do the work, and I just come in clean up if I have to, or if a team decides to lock down Zappy, then they leave me open for shots. So it's just been working for us. Can't really explain it. It's just been a fun season to play. I've had a lot of fun this season.
And it sounds like it's been fun as well. Now, obviously, with the fact that you are number 1 in your group, you're going to have an auto bye to the final bracket. So how does that feel? That must be a pretty nice feeling, because the wild card, generally speaking for Skyward Series, has a history of being quite scary. So being able to make it to that top 8 automatically must be a good feeling.
It's a really great feeling considering I lost in the wild cards last season. So now that I don't have to go through that kind of torture and play those teams to get in, and we have a first round bye, it feels really amazing.
Yeah, it definitely does. There's also joining us here is Zappy. Zappy, pretty strong mechanics there for a player in the Challenger division. Just kind of did some solo plays, some stylizing here. Again, being a rookie this season, you know, tell me what it's like to be a Blood Wolf. Blood Wolf has been on the stream a ton in the past. He's not a stranger to competitive Rocket League. In fact, actually, he plays in a couple of different leagues. So, can you tell me what it's like to kind of have Blood Wolf as your captain and kind of be able to play with someone who can work with you so well?
Yeah, it's been really nice to have Blood, because really he just has been the person that's kind of kept me like calm and structured whenever I play. Especially since this is like my first ever league I've ever done. I usually just played like ranked or something like that. So it's been nice to have Blood kind of be a mentor for me to like be able to do what I'm doing.
Blood Wolf leading the charge. Zappy there to show up, and again, you guys, rock solid team here going to the playoffs. I have no doubt you guys will make a pretty good run there. But again, for now, congratulations on your win. Before you guys go, though, we'll get some quick little shout outs and little final messages here. Let's start with Zappy. Shout outs,
Just
final messages, anything you want to say.
shout out to New Age for picking me up.
Of course, then we'll follow it up with Blood Wolf, who actually we're going to be seeing you again very soon, Blood Wolf, because later on this week you're going to be playing on the Sharks in a matchup against Dino Electronic Athletic. Electronic. I mean, I need to make sure I get the name right. It's a long name. Dino Electronic Athletic Organization, I believe, is what it is. Yeah, Dino Electronic Athletic Organization. So you're going to be playing them later, actually, on Saturday. But for now, again, is there anything you want to say? Any shoutouts? Any final messages that you have?
Shout out to the whole New Age organization. Like, thank you guys for coming out and supporting us each week. Shout out to Missouri for coaching and Unreal. Missouri was deployed in Poland for 6 months, so we've had Unreal coaching us through the season and giving us pointers. Shout out to the Ravens, man. I didn't like beating the Ravens. Nobody likes beating their own teams, but it was so fun playing those guys.
A 3-0 sweep. Congratulations on getting that bye to the top 8 bracket. Hopefully, we'll be able to catch you guys then. But for now, have an amazing rest of your day, and Blood Wolf, I'll see you on Saturday. Have a good night.
Bye.
That was Blood Wolf and Zappy there of the New Age Bandits. A 3-0 sweep here. And that has just been absolutely perfect for them. That is it from me. It from the Sportiest stream. And a 3-0. About what you expect here is we'll get a very going here. Thank you all so much for joining around tonight. It was nice having you guys here. These 3 matches. We'll be live again tomorrow with even more matches, actually, with a tournament and some Skyward Series and Blackline Championship Series. But for now, take care, everybody. See you again soon.